Hi, everyone. I'm Gary Brode from Deep Knowledge Investing. We work with hedge funds, family offices, registered investment advisors, and individuals like you, and we help people get better returns in the stock market. I'm here for the second week in a row with our guest host, Robb Fahrion. He's the founder and CEO of Flying V, our marketing partner. Robb, thanks so much. Great to see you.
Thanks, Gary. Glad to be back. I guess I did all right last week.
You were great.
As everyone, if you've listened before, Gary puts out a weekly segment called The Five Things. So I'm honored to be here, be able to host that and walk you guys through each one of those points that Gary has come up with for the week. So Gary, this week we have the disinflation and deflation issue. Anything from a high level that kind of just encapsulates everything that's going on?
Yeah, let's talk about the big picture for a second, because obviously the big story in finance for the last 2 years has been inflation. That's what everybody's focused on. And the truth is, even if you're not a financial professional or somebody who invests in the markets, everybody's thinking about inflation and a higher cost of living. And so let's just take a minute and talk about the difference between disinflation and deflation, because they're two different things and they're used in two different ways. So disinflation is a change in the rate of change. No one panic. For those of you who do not fondly remember your high school calculus, right, talking about second derivatives, it simply means that we still have inflation, but the inflation is moving at a slower rate. So we go from like a 9% inflation rate to a 6% inflation rate to a 3% inflation rate or 4% on the core. And so prices are still going up, but they're going up at a slower rate. So if your life is unaffordable, it's going to continue to be less affordable. It's just the difference will be a little bit less, but nothing's getting cheaper. And that's what disinflation is. And Wall Street is very excited about this whole disinflation narrative because we tend to focus on the second derivative. We tend to focus on the changes in that rate of change. But what the American consumer really needs is deflation, is lower prices. Now, I know there are going to be, some people who took a college econ class who are going to put in the comments, no, no, no. If you have deflation, you're going to have a recession and it's going to destroy the economy. No, this is 100% not true. They are correlated, but the causality goes the other way. It's the lack of demand from a recession that creates the deflation. It's not deflation. It's not lower prices that destroys the economy. And so many people will say, no, 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 people won't buy if they think prices are going down. And that is 100% weapons grade baloney. I want everybody listening to this, just take a minute, do a mental inventory about everything you've spent money on in the last month. So you pay your mortgage, you pay your rent. Are you not going to buy a house or rent an apartment because prices might be cheaper a year later? You're going to live on the street for a year because maybe you'll get a better rent? No, right? Same thing with food, right? Everybody's grocery bills have gone up. If you knew that, food would be cheaper in a year, are you going to stop eating for a year? Of course not. And the best proof of all of this is take a look at technology. Right? Things like TVs, computers, you continually either get cheaper products or you get better performance at the same price. But that doesn't stop people from buying technology, right? There's a reason why the stocks with the highest market cap are all tech companies, both hardware and software. So this idea, I know people are going to say, no, 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 if you have deflation, if you have lower prices, it'll crash the economy. That is, the causality goes the other way. And, again, for everyone listening to this, somebody explained to me how lower prices are worse for you, how having a more affordable cost of living is going to crash the economy, and nobody will want to work and invest and save. That's the biggest bunch of nonsense I've ever heard in my life. And so I think for a lot of the last couple of years, Wall Street's been focused on the wrong thing, or at least a different thing than most Americans are. And understanding that difference between kind of the financial economy and the real world economy has helped us make money for the last couple of years.
Great. Yeah, thanks for that clarification. And whether you have a comment that agrees or disagrees, we encourage you to please start discourse too. So definitely leave something in the comments. And Gary, you're always good about getting back. Creates great conversation. So
Yeah,
let's
hey,
get into go ahead.
No, sorry, but for people who disagree, like, give me the reason. Just include the word because in that sentence. Like we can have a discussion, we can have a debate, but like, saying, no, you're wrong. All right. That's, that conversation's not going anywhere. Just use the word because. Tell me what you're thinking and we can talk about it.
Perfect.